Gabriel Zuniga quit OnlyFans after cashing in on $50 million Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. You see, this is what I talk about when I say a lot of men have fallen so much because of their lust. The lust of a man, bro. This girl just got generational money from him just because she's a woman, just because she's a girl. Now, granted, Shannon Sharpe was done. He was done, right? He was done. I think when they met, she was 19, he was 50-something. She just got $50 million. Not only that, she's retiring from OnlyFans. My Lord. And this plays into what I always say to women. Like, I explain to women as much as I can, saying that no matter how much you think your life is harder compared to that of a man, you have a way out, right? This is something that I always say to women. A woman always has a way out. Your sexuality, your charm, the fact that you're a woman, there will always be an out for you. Now, mind you, the $50 million, Shannon Sharpe had to work his entire life for it. You know, he earned every bit of that money from his podcast, which, by the way, he's a fantastic podcaster. He's a fantastic media personality. He's that guy. He has successful YouTube channels, successful podcast. He's a retired Hall of Famer in American football. He's that guy. Skill. He earned it. She, on the other hand, sex. That's it. And it ties into what I always say about men and their need to control their lust and sexual desires. You see, a lot of men, when it comes to dating, when it comes to being a man that has some success with women, a lot of men struggle with dating because you don't understand the power you actually have as a man. Too many men don't understand that the more you take care of yourself, the more you actually protect your sexual energy. And by protecting your sexual energy, I'm not necessarily talking about nofap, right? I'm talking about you as a man having total control over your lust and your sexual desires. Because that's actually your power as a man, your ability to control those things. When you can walk away from sex, when you're not controlled by sex, when you have the ability to say, yes, I'm going to do it, or no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to walk away from that, because it doesn't tie into what you actually want. That is the true power. A lot of men have lost money, like Shannon Sharpe. A lot of men have lost their careers. A lot of men have lost their scholarships. A lot of men have lost their jobs. A lot of men have lost their families. A lot of men have lost their lives because they couldn't control their lust. Right? Think about it for a second. A lot of the power that a lot of women have over us men, it comes from our desire for sex. That's the truth. And the more us men are able to control our sexual desires, most women lose their power. And I love women, and lust in itself is not a bad thing. It's just how you use it as a man, especially black men, by the way. I'm going to go a bit on a tangent here, but I feel like a lot of us black men, for whatever reason, maybe because we have higher testosterone, we seem to struggle with controlling our lust, right? But that's just something that I think a lot of us men need to work on. That's why you struggle with dating, because of lust, because you're being controlled by lust so much, you are being blinded. You're putting women on a pedestal that shouldn't be pedestalized, right? You're giving women so much power over you that they shouldn't have power over. You're giving women so much access to your psyche. You're giving women so much access to your money, to your wallet. Because some of you guys, that's all you do, right? You throw money at women and then call them gold diggers. But that's my issue with a lot of you guys. Learn to control your lust. Not every vajayjay has to be entered. It's as simple as that. Control your goddamn lust, guys. Protect yourself. Again, I'm not even trying to be funny. But the thing is, most of these women that you guys are chasing after, You just want them for sex. And because you just want them from sex, you are hooked on them like an addict, right? And because you're hooked on them like an addict, all you see is the end goal, which is getting some bucks and some bunda. And you don't know. And you think women don't know this? Women absolutely know this. They know that this guy only wants one thing. So what do they typically do? Especially when you're a man that has a lot of things to lose. You're a celebrity, you're a rich guy, you're a banker, you're an athlete, you have a bright future ahead of you. A lot of these women that may not have morals, they might say, okay, I'm not as attracted to the guy, but let me string him along for meals. Let me string him along for food. Let me string him along let me string him along and then claim that he RAPED me. Yes, let me claim that he SA'd me. This has happened. I'm not making anything up. I am not making anything up. These are things that have actually legitimately happened, guys. I am not being funny. This has happened before. So what I am saying to you guys is, if you want to improve your dating life as a man and you want to really reach the top of the pinnacle, and this is something that I'm working on myself. I'm not a dating coach. I'm just a guy who observes life. Control your lust. And a lot of women are going to lose their power that they have over you. It is not rocket science. Control your lust. You will save your money. You will save your time. You will save your energy. You will protect your psyche. You will save your future. And guys, on a final note, you will win. If you're a man and you're just doing what you're supposed to do, you will win. You will absolutely win. Take it from me. I just turned 30 years old this year, guys. And I'm telling you, I feel like I'm just starting my life. I kid you guys not. Now, the reason I can say that I feel like I'm starting my life is because I spent the bulk of my 20s working incredibly hard. That is why I feel like my life is starting now. The average woman who probably in the 20s would have seen them like, yeah, whatever. Now, some of them still do that. It is what it is. I don't take it personal. But my point is, this is the time now. The power shifts to most men from the age of 27 to 30. This is where the power shifts to men, because now you have the time. Now you have usually you have more stability. You have more clarity on where you want to go in life, what you want to do in life. This is typically where you get it. A lot of women now that are the same age as me, most of them that want to get married, this is the time they start trying to make sure they have their boyfriend, they have their husband, they have everything. So now they're more under pressure, if that makes any sense. So yeah, control your loss, fellas. Don't lose yourself. Don't be like Shannon Sharpe. Don't be like Shannon Sharpe, who just gave this lady $50 million to retire from OnlyFans. She just got generational wealth. And I think she's 20 years old now, so she probably doesn't have to work anymore if she saves that money, right? Listen, look. Kudos to her. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know, I don't know why he was dealing with a 19-year-old at the time. That's creepy, to be honest. It might be legal. It doesn't make it any less creepy. He was 50 something plus, and she was 19. That is creepy. I don't see why a grown-ass man should be dealing with a 19-year-old. Like, what are you guys going to talk about? You know? Get a woman that's closer to your age, buddy. Or get married. Whatever. But now look, you've lost 50. And not only did he lose the $50 million, by the way, he lost a lot of sponsorships from all his media platforms. He lost his position at ESPN as a commentator. His name has been slandered. And she is walking away with $50 million. She is walking away with $50 million. Let that sink in. This is what I talk about when I say the power of a woman, the power of the puss. Protect your money. Protect your lust. Like, listen, sex is important. I get it. We're human beings. You want to clap cheeks. It's normal. All I am saying is just be very cautious with it. Know who you're signing up. Sex is important. We all want to clap cheeks. It's normal. Even women too. All I am saying is just be very careful, be very cautious so that you don't fall into traps. Especially when you're a man that has a lot to lose, like Shannon Sharpe, right? That is all I am saying. That is all I'm saying. And look, just be careful, guys, because there are women out there that are sneaky. They are conniving, right? I don't get it, dude. What's with athletes mainly just putting themselves in obviously stupid positions? Sometimes I feel I don't feel sorry for Shannon Sharpe. Just to be very clear, I have zero sympathy or empathy for the guy. What he did was stupid. In fact, he does kind of deserve to get scammed and used up. But what's with athletes and always putting themselves in very shady positions? I don't get it. I don't get it.